Hey guys, for phonics and language today, I want you to practice charts 10 and 11. And make sure you practice them out loud. Then come back and finish this video. Today in phonics and language, our lesson is continuing on with adjectives. So I'm going to remind you about adjectives with this chart from a couple days ago. Adjectives tell us about a noun. They could talk about the size, tall, small, how many, a number, what color, any of the colors, how a noun looks, how something feels, how it sounds, how it tastes, how it behaves, how it smells. Anything that really describes it and tells you a little bit more about that noun. Now remember, a noun is a person, place, or thing, so words that explain more detail about a person, a place, or a thing. So, yesterday we learned an adjective question to help us find adjectives in sentences. If we find the noun and we ask ourselves what kind of noun, that can help us figure out what the adjective is that describes that noun. Now, if you look at my chart, we're going to learn another question to help us ask ourselves and figure out adjectives in sentences in a minute. But first, I'm going to show you something I have. This, fruit. So, these are bananas. Let's think of some words that would describe these bananas. So what kind of bananas? Well, they're yellow. They're, let's see, they don't behave. They feel smooth. So they're smooth bananas. They don't make sounds. But they taste sweet, sweet bananas. What did I say already? They're not super big, so I'm gonna say they're small bananas. They smell sweet. They smell good. All those things describe the bananas, and that would say what kind? What kind? Yellow. What kind? Sweet. What kind? Smooth. What kind? Small. So now I have another question for you that's going to help us find out another adjective to explain this. My new question is, how many? So, how many bananas do I have? Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 bananas. So 4 is also, like I said up here, it's also an adjective. So I could write a sentence using a few adjectives to explain these bananas. I have 4 yellow bananas. I used 2 adjectives to explain my bananas. I made the sentence much more interesting than if I said, I have bananas. I have 4 yellow bananas. Now you know so much more about the bananas I have. So, when you see sentences and you're looking for adjectives, I want you to find the nouns and then ask yourself, what kind? What kind of person, place, or thing? And then I also want you to ask yourself, how many? How many person, how many places, how many things? So ask yourself what kind and how many. Now, if we look at our phonics and language paper on page 255, it reminds us that at the top, adjectives describe a noun, and we can ask ourselves how many. So in section 1, it says write a number word adjective in each blank. You get to decide the number, but it has to be a number word. So you can't draw the number, you don't draw the number 17. You need to write out the words on the lines. So if you want to say, I said 4 bananas, so you need to write the word 4. Only use number words in section 1. Then you have another reminder to ask yourself what kind or how many. So in section 2, read the paragraph, circle the adjective that describes each underlined noun. So they already have the nouns underlined for you. All you have to do is circle the words that describe that underlined word. So read through that carefully. Then we have dictation. We only have one sentence to write, but you do need to write the entire sentence this time. So a couple reminders for your sentence. You know that we always start a sentence with a capital letter and end it with punctuation. So do not forget those things. Please write the whole sentence. Listen carefully. The sharp knife scratched the blue plate. Try to fit it all on that one line. The sharp knife scratched the blue plate. One more time. The sharp knife scratched the blue plate. Now, there are two adjectives in that sentence. I want you to go back through and circle them. Two adjectives. Which words are adjectives? Which words describe nouns and answer the questions what kind or how many? Very good. You should have circled sharp and blue. We have a sharp knife and a blue plate. You should have circled sharp and blue. Okay? On the back, on page 256, section 1 says, read the sentences. Mark the circle under the correct word. Mark the circle under NH if the answer is not here. So you're only picking one for each of those sentences across. They are the words that are homonyms. Homonyms sound the same, but they mean different things. So you need to base it off of their spelling and which word fits into the sentence correctly. If you don't have if neither of the answers are correct, then fill in the circle for not here, NH. Section 2, read the sentences about Acadia National Park. Use proofreader's marks to show which words should be capitalized. Place the correct punctuation at the end of each sentence. So we've done proofreader's marks for a while. You should know those things already. But I will remind you, you should know when we want a letter to be capitalized, we put 3 lines underneath. And then with punctuation, you need to put a caret and add the punctuation. Question mark on top or exclamation point or period, whatever it needs. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sentences. Not 6 marks, 6 sentences. Okay, so section 3, write an interrogative sentence about something you would like to know about Acadia National Park. You get to make this up. I want you to write an interrogative sentence. So a sentence, it has to be a full and complete sentence, but it must be interrogative. Now, you should know what an interrogative sentence is, and I want you to continue to practice your different types of sentences, but I will remind you right now, an interrogative sentence is a question sentence. So make sure it's a question sentence about something you would like to know about Acadia National Park. You probably don't know a whole lot already. You should be learning some facts from this paper when you're reading the sentences and reading the paragraphs. So you get to decide what you want to know about Acadia National Park and ask that question. That's it for Phonics and Language. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you later. Bye.